Hi everybody, welcome to this week's instalment of SMSC and Wellbeing. So let's crack on. So today we're going to be looking at healthy relationships. So kind of going more of a PSHE vibe this week, looking at how we can maintain our friendships really, and what constitutes as a healthy friendship and what doesn't. Now, the reason why I thought maybe this would be a good thing to talk about, because we haven't really spoken about relationships in a while, and as well when we're breaking up for summer, because obviously this is our last week, you may find yourself kind of online talking to people, talking to your mates, or kind of having, complexities with your friendships over summer. And we will always have a chat with you guys and to make sure that you're okay. But of course, over the summer, we won't be there. So just wanted to give you some guidance. So, of course, I've gone a bit Disney-fied for this week, so I do apologise. So I've added a photo of Friends. I absolutely love that programme. I know that it's a little bit dated in some episodes, and I know there's been some kind of controversy, like, oh, I can't believe that was acceptable back in the 90s. And I'm aware of that, but on the whole, it is quite a good programme to look at, what makes a good friend, and when should you be there for one another. Of course, Toy Story, Buzz and Woody, ultimate friendship buddies. Obviously, they didn't get on to begin with, but throughout the first film and then, of course, the subsequent films, how many have there been now? About 4. Of course, they've got the best of friendships. So, guys, even though, of course, we do love our friends, it can be a time sometimes where we do start to drift apart from one another. And that is because, guys, during your lifetime, you will make so many new friends. Because you're growing all the time as a person, you're changing as a person. And then as you do that, your interests and your hobbies might change. And then you might stop hanging out with a certain friend and then, make new friends. And that is completely normal and that is completely okay. Of course, it's really good to stay in touch with people if you can. But I think, I don't know, certainly when I was your age, there was kind of this pressure, like, oh, you've always got to be friends with that person. And not really, guys. So you will make lots of different kinds of friends in your life. It's natural for some friends to drift apart. And this is more likely to happen if you and a friend go to different secondary schools or college. It could even be, during lockdown. It could be the fact that you might be hanging out with somebody who might be closer to you in your home, in your home village, and that's okay. So friendships are normally best when they are not forced, and if there is a friend that you feel you're naturally growing away from, then that is okay. You might not have the same interests anymore, and you might make new friends somewhere else. And I think it's really important to recognize that friendships are a bit like relationships. So say, for example, you've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you're kind of drifting apart from one another, and then the natural thing will be maybe to break up from that person. That is the same for friendships as well, guys. So I just wanted to put that out there. So I've got some inspirational quotes. Friendship isn't about who you've known the longest. It's about who walked into your life, said, I am here for you, and proved it. A friend is someone who stands by you when you encounter difficult situations and is always there to celebrate your achievements. I love that one. Now, if you are in my class, whenever we give out exam papers and I'm kind of saying, oh, that person got this grade and that person got that grade, we always celebrate each other's achievements. And I say, if you get any stick in the classroom, like, oh my God, that guy is such like a boffin or he's such a geek or whatever, they're not your real mates, because they should really want to see you do well for yourself. So yeah, just be really, really mindful of that, guys. Whenever you're like, oh, I've got this really great news to share with you. And if they're a bit like, maybe they're not the best of friend for you, maybe their intentions for you aren't really true, and then pay attention for those around you who are actually really, really happy for you and proud of you, and those are the people that you really want to keep in your inner circle. Okay, I'm going to talk about being bullied by friends and the term banter. Again, if you're in my class, you know I hate the term banter. And the reason being, guys, we are emotional human beings. You know, you could say one thing as a joke to one person, they might take it completely as a joke, but then you may say it to another person and they won't take that as a joke because they're quite offended by it. Now, that is absolutely fine for those people to have those emotional reactions, but you need to be thinking to yourself, well, is what I'm saying actually a nice thing to say? Because if it's not, if it can be kind of taken as offence, maybe don't say it at all. So sometimes in a group of friends, it can be hard to tell what's just a joke or banter and what is bullying. Are the jokes always aimed at you? Or do different people in the group get teased sometimes too? If the jokes are always about you personally, for example, about your appearance, intelligence, sexuality, race, religion, anything like that, then that is not okay. This could be bullying or emotional abuse, and your friends shouldn't be doing it. So I've put in red here, check in with yourself. And the best thing to kind of think about it is think, how do you feel when this gets said in your friendship group? Or how do you feel when you're around them? Or how do you feel when you're in the group chat and the notification goes off on your phone? Are you like, oh yeah, my mates? Or are you like, oh, for God's sake? If it's the second one, then maybe start thinking about perhaps distancing yourself away from those people, because at the end of the day, the people that you surround yourself with will have a massive impact on how you feel about yourself and your self-esteem. And you want people to lift you up. And, you know, we can all take the mick now and then, and, you know, light-hearted joke. I mean, I do it with my mates all the time, but it is very, very light-hearted. It's always okay. And if my friend ever came to me and said, actually, Mel, I wasn't happy with what you just said there, I wouldn't be defensive about it. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, you just need to take a joke, because that's really unfair and that's not, I'm not being a good friend. So this leads on to my next point. Oh, Olaf. Frozen 2 is out on Disney Plus, guys. We're calling this controlling what you can when things feel out of control. I absolutely love that. Sorry, hope to see Frozen 2 and you think I'm an absolute nutter, as always. But yeah, I love that quote. I just chucked it in there. So yeah, if your friend has made you feel bad, what should you do? Try to think about why they might have acted the way they did. Was it a joke that maybe went too far? Or were they, you know, purposely trying to make you look bad in front of others so they look better? You know, because unfortunately there are some kind of toxic behaviour traits that some people might have, and you need to be aware of that so then you can actually stop that from impacting you. So ask if they're okay. They might have felt worried about something and taken it out on you. And be assertive. Now, assertive means, guys, it doesn't mean being rude, doesn't mean confrontational, it does not mean argumentative. It means saying how you feel about something in a very kind of direct way. So don't kind of beat around the bush and go, oh, well, you know, the other day where I felt that, well, maybe that's not going to be good. Instead, you need to say, hello, Susan. When you say, sorry, I don't know where Susan come from. Hello, Susan. You have said this the other day. It made me feel upset. I'd appreciate it if you didn't say it again. Thank you. And then hopefully Susan will be like, oh my God, didn't realise. I'm so sorry. Of course, it won't happen again. Brilliant. We can all move on with our lives. So yeah, but as you noticed, it was very much, you know, you said this. It made me feel this way. Please do not do it again. And of course, if Susan does it again, then she's overstepped your boundary. She's overstepped you telling her something that you're not happy with. Is Susan going to be a good friend? Was Susan just kind of, you know, mucking up there? So we again need to have that conversation again. Hi, Susan, you've done it again. I asked you not to do it. You know, this is the second time I'm asking you to not say those things about me because they're making me feel really upset, and you did it, you've apologised and we moved on, but you did it again. So, you know, if you do that again, I'm going to be really, really upset, and I might not be able to be friends with you again. Maybe. Up to you. Okay. On the flip side, if you've made a friend feel bad, so I'm Susan, you know, so be prepared to say you're sorry. And again, I love Frozen too. I think they were playing charades, and Elsa Was it Elsa or Anna? Elsa, the one with the magical powers. She goes away, and Anna, her sister, was like, "Oh my God, have we upset you? I'm so sorry if we upset you," straight away, because Elsa was acting a bit off. And I thought, oh my God, that's a fantastic thing to show in a kids film. You know, just saying straight away, "I'm sorry if we've made you feel bad." And that is the biggest thing that you can do, guys. And I know that saying sorry sometimes can be difficult, but if you want to build and work on your relationships, it is so important, because we all make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, but you know, you say you're sorry and you actively try not to do it again. And if you do it again and you slip up, you go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that." That's the best thing for you to do. So give them time, give the other person time once you've said sorry, and then ask another friend, or maybe even a carer or teacher, family member, to explain how you feel to them. And talking about how you're feeling is really, really important. Now, remember, it is not okay for someone to make you feel bad. And if your friend has said something about how you look or where you come from, or they pressure you into doing something you didn't want to do. So say, for example, I don't know, they're like, "Oh yeah, send this round or do this." And you go, "No, I don't want to, thank you." And they go, "Oh, go on." "No, I said no, so back off." Yeah, stick to your guns. So it could be a good idea to tell somebody what is happening if somebody's kind of really, really bugging you. And again, you know, adults need to do it as well, guys. This isn't just a kids thing. This is what adults have to do as well. So adults might have to go and, you know, ask their friend, like, "Oh, the other day this happened to me," and, you know, and they'll kind of chat through it. And it's important that you do, and you don't just keep it to yourself. We all have to talk about it. Okay, I've put in a bit of Olaf and Frozen, and I've got to go for Marvel. So no mistakes, no do-overs. Look out for each other. This is the fight of our lives. And I promise you, if you need us, if you need me, I will be there. And yeah, this is really about, you know, looking out for your friends and making sure your friends know that you are there if they ever need you. I think as well, during lockdown, people can go in a bit of like in a low mood, and so therefore they might not want to text you back straight away, or they might not want to FaceTime straight away. But give them some space, let them know that you're there for you. "Oh, sorry, you know, you haven't got back to my text. I hope everything's okay. You know, I'm always here for you if you need me." That's the best thing for you to do. And of course, if it's been a while and you haven't heard anything from them, of course, tell a trusted adult, or try to make some contact with their parents to make sure that they're okay. Okay, so coping when you miss your friends. Now, obviously, lockdown restrictions have eased. You know, we're preparing about going back in September, and you guys can see your friends, of course, with the permission of your parents, as long as you're keeping, you know, 2 meters apart. Has it gone down to 1 meter? I'm still sticking with the 2 meter rule, because I just feel a bit safer. And you know, it's completely up to you how you want to see your friends. And if you don't want to see your friends because you're still feeling a bit like, "Oh no," and that's absolutely fine, guys. You've got to do what is right for you. As I said, check in with yourself. How do you feel about the situation, and act accordingly. So sometimes things in life change, which can mean we don't get to see our friends as much as we used to. Lockdown. So think about ways you can stay in touch with your friends. Phone number, social media, and arranging to meeting up in the future. Make future plans. Now, guys, I do want to put there for social media. For year 7 and for year 8, you are not allowed to be using Facebook, Twitter, all of those apps, because the age restriction is 13 plus. And WhatsApp is 16 plus. Those are the age restrictions, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, so me and my friends, we had so many plans for this summer that we've had to cancel. And yeah, okay, I was really, really bummed out for ages. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is so sad." Make future plans. Say, right, okay, we know that we can't do that this summer, but what can we do next summer? Lion King. As you go through life, you will see that there is so much that we don't understand. And the only thing we know is that things don't always go the way we plan. So I'll put that there for, of course, for COVID and for lockdown. And I think that's been a big realization, really. You can have all these plans about, yeah, this is what we're going to do. But you never know what's around the corner, guys. So we have to be flexible. We have to be able to adapt to new things. And if you're able to do that, it will really, really help you to feel a lot better. Okay, now my final thing I want to say is, as I said, remember to check in with yourself. Go within and literally have a conversation. How do I feel when I'm around this person, when I'm talking to this friend? And if it's, yeah, I feel so happy, this person really brings out a good side to me, excellent, keep them in your life. If you feel like, actually, no, I don't like the person that I become when I'm with that person, then back off. What kind of person am I around this friend? Now, guys, yeah, and as well, kind of getting out of a friendship in a healthy way, that can be difficult. And as I said, naturally, sometimes people just drift apart. So, just maybe easing on the communication. Maybe, instead of talking once a day, maybe talk to each other every other day, and just see how things go, really. And I love this. Check on yourself as much as you check Instagram. But every time you want to pick up your phone to scroll, don't do that. Put it down. Check in on yourself instead. Be like, all right, how am I feeling right now? Because normally when you pick up your phone to have a scroll, it's because you're bored or because you want to, have that quick dopamine fix. Because remember, guys, whenever we're looking at our phone screens, they're highly, highly addictive. The same kind of feel-good hormone is released into our brains, dopamine, as the same when people are kind of taking drugs and drinking alcohol and doing all those really, really addictive activities. So instead of just picking up your phone and chatting to whoever, don't put it to one side and just maybe get up, go outside, go and have a conversation with somebody face to face in your house. But going outside is a real, 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 real good thing to do. When I'm feeling a bit like, oh, I'm just going to, sit here and scroll on my phone for 5 minutes because I need a break. I'm like, no, don't do it. Put your phone to one side, get up, go outside, get some fresh air because it'll do you the world of good rather than just sitting there like this and kind of talking to people online and then, getting yourself not into trouble, because obviously talking to people online is good. I just recommended it, but you need a bit of balance, really. Lovely. So where can you go for help and advice? Remember, always talk to a trusted adult. And as I said, friends can be really, really good, for getting help from. But at the end of the day, guys, and I don't mean to sound condescending at all, but they are just like the same version as you. And sometimes they can be really, really good listeners, and that's maybe all you need. But to give advice and what to actually do, they might not be the best person to talk to. Or say, for example, your friend has shared something with you, like, oh, I really, this person's really irritating me. They keep, talking about the way I look, keep calling me fat, or, just keep taking mick out of me. I'm not happy with it. And now you've got that information as a friend. The best thing for you to do if you're really worried about your mate is to tell a trusted adult, somebody that you know will give you good advice. And if you haven't got anyone around you at the moment, always email wellbeing at ormstonriversacademy.co.uk. Okay, you can talk to Childline. Remember, they've got 24-hour, 7 days a week counsellors that you can talk to online. Couth and Young Minds. Okay, so guys, I hope you have found that useful. This is, of course, the last week, so I hope you have an amazing summer holidays. Guys, if you've been working really, really strictly during lockdown, take this summer to chill out. Of course, do a bit of catch-up work if you need to, but you need to be able to have a rest and completely switch off. That's only if you have been working. If you haven't been working for whatever reason and therefore you're really behind on deadlines and things like that, then yeah, you've got to work during the summer, and obviously complete the catch-up work, so you're not falling behind in September. Yeah, but remember, if you need any help, email wellbeing@ormstonriversacademy.co.uk. I also wanted to share with you that unfortunately I am leaving Ormiston Rivers Academy. This is my last and final year. I've been with the school for 6 years. I've had a fantastic 6 years. I've had lots of different opportunities and I've loved teaching every single one of you. You are all legends and you know that I really do mean that. Yeah, I'm moving to a different school. I'm going to be head of religious studies, and the school is much closer to home, because you all know that I'd live in Leigh-on-Sea, miles away, so I'm just moving to a school closer to home. So yeah, it's really, really sucks. I haven't been able to say goodbye to you all in person, because you know what I'm like. I want to be like, bye, bye. So yeah. Okay, have a wonderful, wonderful summer, and remember, love thy neighbour as thyself. Jesus. Okay, guys, bye.